So for the past few weeks, I've been growing consistently, and I have realized that my basics are lacking. Surprise, surprise. So it turns out that I needed to focus on fundamentals, which are like the core skills that you need to learn before you can start. Like this is the level one, okay? The level one of a game, yeah. And there are many types of fundamentals, like colors, forms, shapes, lights and shadows, all that stuff. You probably already know about them. And so last week, one night, my friend told me about this website that he's going to use to learn fundamentals. Fundamentals is like broad term. So I'll just refer to them to the topic as lines and shapes. Yeah. So he was telling me about this website where he's learning forms and shapes. And I was, and I was like, well, I need that. So I've also decided to learn that. And turns out it's really fucking helpful. The site is called Draw a Box. And it's, people say that it's tough, but personally, I didn't feel it that much. It was a bit tedious, but apart from that, it was nice. So fundamentals, we already know what that is. The lines, the shapes, the form of how things look in 3D space, which is called perspective. When we are viewing things from an angle, and colors, it's whatever. You already know that. So that's what I'm going to teach you today. First of all, we need two things to start. First is, well, a fine liner, which is like a sketch pen, but the tip is like this. It's a very thin fiber tip. And the second is a sketchbook. Now, your goal is probably the same as mine, which is to draw digitally. So why am I using traditional means to learn this? Well, it turns out you cannot really undo in traditional, and you actually have to care about how the line is, you place the line, as there are no tools to like fix a broken line that you made. If you have seen my drawings, then you would know that my lines are very wobbly and they lack confidence, basically. And one thing that you don't know is, well, when I'm drawing, I keep relying on the undo function to, well, undo the mistakes, which is which is okay for time being, but in the long run, that's actually going to harm my progress. So that's why I decided to get these, as stated in the stated by the website, because for some reason we need this. So, action step. I want you to pause this video and go and buy these two. They don't have to be too expensive. You can just buy any cheap fine liner, and if you have a stack of paper, then you can use that or get a sketchbook. Any cheap one will do. There's no limitation. Just make sure that your finer liner looks like this, and its thickness is like between zero point 0.4 and zero point 0.6. So anywhere in between that is fine. This one is, I think, zero point 0.5. Yeah, yeah, zero point 0.5. So that's the equipment. Next, there's next thing I learned was like, this is gonna sound very basic and stupid, and you'll be like, I already know that. But hear me out, okay? So the way we're gonna hold the pen is like this. This is, I don't know what this grip is called, I forgot. But basically what you do is you take these three fingers put the middle finger below the pen. The index finger goes above the pen, and your thumb goes to the side like this, like makes a triangle, yeah? So why am I telling you this grip thing? This is like very basic and like bro, we learned that in school, right? Yes, we did learn. But some people have very weird grips. I know who you are. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. So change your grip right now. And first, get these two things. If you don't have them, don't even watch the video. Don't even watch it. First, get those two things and then come back to the video. So that's the grip. Next thing, and a very big mistake, is that we're drawing from our wrists. Yeah? The trick is to draw from the shoulder. Now, I know that you cannot hold a pen with your shoulder, you have to use your wrist and fingers. But essentially, what you do is look at your arm. I see like three major joints: the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. So, what drawing from the shoulder means is that you take your pen, you lock your wrist, like not physically lock it, but like hold it in place so it doesn't move. Same with your fingers, they should not move. And the same thing with your elbow. And you only move your arm with your shoulder. So you're only moving your shoulder while the rest of your arm is locked out. So the reason why I'm telling you to draw with your shoulder instead of your wrist is because the lines that you draw from your shoulder are much more straight as compared to your wrist. Like if I were to draw like this is the only range of motion I have. But if I were to draw with my shoulder, you see how the range of motion changes? Right now I'm only using my shoulder. So I have a bigger range of motion to draw the line as compared to the wrist. And also because even if you like use your wrist, it will be like a bit wobbly. Fucking bro, I'll just show you. So as you can see, this is the sketchbook and this is the fine liner. So when I draw with my wrist, my line is like this. Like you see how it's going like this? Yeah, okay, focus. Yeah, you see how it's wobbly? Okay. Now you can see this. This is much smoother and straighter as compared to this. Like this. These these three lines I've drawn with my shoulder instead of the wrist. So this is why I'm telling you to use your shoulder. Good. Oh, and as for circles and shit, I like to do I like to change the grip a bit. Like instead of holding my pen like this, I will hold it like this. Like so it's like this. So it's almost perpendicular to the page. And then I will just do that. You see how clean that is? Do you see how clean that is? Oh my God, I love that circle. That's okay. Of course, yours will probably not look as clean as this, but it takes practice. You have to do it like a few times to get this as straight as possible. Like, let me show you. Like, this is the practice I did for the grip. Apart from this, I did it on a normal piece of paper, like an A4 sheet, but I don't remember where I kept that. Okay, so that's how you draw with your shoulder. Now, right about now, you'll probably have a question in your mind, like, bro, my plan is to draw digitally on a tablet or a computer, whatever you're using. I use this damn phone. So on the digital software, I just have tools like a ruler, and I can just cast a straight line with that. Why should I bother with this exercise? And yes, you're right. You can do that, and it will probably be much time efficient and faster, but you won't learn that well. Those tools are just that. They're just tools. They won't teach you anything. They're just crutches that you're relying on. And that's why I'm telling you to draw with your shoulder and traditionally on a page instead of the software for that exact reason. Because trust me, bro, sooner or later you're gonna slip back into the habits. That's gonna happen. It happened to me. That's why I had to go and buy a sketchbook and do the same exercise like 2 times because I cannot submit the digital version. Anyways, so hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm not very good with words. So next is ghosting lines. So what are ghosting lines? They're about their ghosts. What we're what we will do is we will mark out 2 points, the start point and the end point of our line, and then we will hover over the line with our shoulder, with our shoulder, and we won't draw on the page. We will just hover over the line like we're drawing on it, as if we're drawing on the air. Yeah, I just created a line in air. Magic. So let me show you actually. So ghosting lines. First of all, we're gonna draw 2 dots. That's the starting point. That's the end point. Then we're gonna hover over the line. We won't actually draw it. We're just hovering over it. And don't do this. I haven't warmed up today, so my lines are wobbly. They're not as precise. From this angle, if you see, the pen is not actually touching the paper. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We take 2 points, starting point at the end point. Yeah? Then we're gonna hover over the pen, I mean the page. We're gonna hover over it like a few times till we can imagine the line going straight. And then we're gonna put the pen down and actually draw it. But the motion has to be fast, so it's not a problem. Like so. You see? Cut the starting point at the end point. Like so. Like this. That's how you ghost. So I do this motion like hovering over the page, the ghosting motion like 3 times, but you can do it as many times as you want until you can picture in your mind the line going from this point to this in a straight motion. And as for practice, well, just make a full page of this. Just random lines. Like these ones here and these are like in this motion, which is not very comfortable as it won't be for you as well either. But this is like I'm practicing these. Like this motion is good. This motion is very easy for me. But this motion, It's not that much, like so. See, it went a little bit off, which is still good, but not this. So you practice them like so in different motions while using your shoulder, and that's about it. So I want you to do these two things, like the straight line with your shoulder and the ghosting motion, roughly about 1 to 2 times, like for 5 minutes every time you go to draw. So every day, if you're like me, I draw every day. So before each session of drawing, I like to do these as a warm up. Just free my shoulder and to get the hang of it, basically. And you can add in like some circles as well if you want. That's about it. If you have the time, if you like, you should go check out Draw a Box and actually practice there. Like these ones I actually did there. This is where I got the idea from. Like, look at this shit. Beautiful. And the shoulder thingy I told you about for the lines, you can actually do those things for the circles as well. The circles and the ellipses, like this. All of these ellipses I drew with my shoulder. Of course, I was like, I was still practicing, so they didn't turn out as good. But still, like, look at this. These are still better. So yeah, if you go to the website and you try the thingy, this is what you'll have to do as well. Like this. Holy shit. This is beautiful. Oh my God. Oh, and yeah, for the fine liners, I recommend that you buy two fine liners. One, two of two different colors, mainly, for like exercises like these. So here the cubes, the boxes are with black and the outlines are with red. So yeah, it will be easier to differentiate. That's about it. Yeah. Once again, you don't have to buy something really expensive. You can buy cheap ones like I don't even remember how much this was, but they were like very cheap. The cheapest you can get. Just get those. Just make sure that the fine liner is between zero point 0.4 and 0.6 millimeters. I'll see you in the next one.